What's going on, world? Nasser Muhammad here, Shepherd University graduate of 2010. I'm a former football player at Shepherd University, where we won 2 conference championships, one in 2006, my freshman year, one in 2007, my sophomore year. In 2006, we had the #1 ranked defense in the country. 2007, we also had our top ranked defense. And it was an amazing time to be a part of the culture, be a part of the team, and be a part of everything that Shepherd University had to offer. In 2008, we were not as successful as we once were or in previous years, but we kept going along and we kept doing our best to work hard and do whatever it was that we could do to win games. 2009, again, we were not as successful as we had hoped to be or as we had planned to be. But we did our best. Also in 2009, I was voted on by my peers to be a team captain. So that's an award and accomplishment that I'm very grateful for. Also was voted on by the coaches to be all conference in 2008 and in 2009. In 2010, I graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in communications from Shepherd University, and I really appreciate everything and everyone who I met at Shepherd University. It was an amazing time to be in West Virginia, an amazing time to connect with so many different people from so many different parts of the country and so many different parts of the world. And I really loved my time at Shepherd University. Shout out to Coach McCook, Coach Cater, and Coach Klein. A number of the coaches are still there. Also, Coach Gordon. He's also one of the coaches who definitely helped me to be successful and gave me the mindset and the mind state to persevere through life. I also want to thank and shout out Shepherd University Alumni Association for giving me this opportunity to come on and share what it is that I'm doing as an owner and as a founder of Lifting As We Climb. And also want to thank the Shepherd University Department of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for also taking the time out to share what it is that they do and how we can partner up with them as well. As I'm recording this, I'm thinking about Black History Month, and I'm thinking about all of the things that Black people have done in the country and in the world. And I know for a lot of us who are social media users, oftentimes in February we see the hashtag BHM, but I'm a big advocate and a big promoter of BHM 365, and that simply stands for Black History Month 365. And the reason why I say 365 is because Black history isn't just something that should be taught in the month of February. Black history is something that should be taught every day out of every month in every year. And so when we think about Black History Month and we think about the people who have contributed to Black society and the things that have innovated the country, there are a number of people that we can come up with or think about, but the person that I want to highlight and the person that I want to share with you all is Booker T. Washington. But before we get to Booker T. Washington, I want to talk about Black Lives Matter Week. That is a week that was established in 2016, and it's something that is taught in all of the school systems, or a majority of the school systems around the country, about how you can get on the front lines of social justice and enact change in your community, in your country, and worldwide, promoting the Black Lives Matter moniker and how it has done wonders for people around the world. Now that we've talked about Black Lives Matter Week, we've talked about BHM, which stands for Black History Month. You may see on social media BHM 365, you may see BHM 24/7, or you may see BHM 24/7 365 as hashtags on Instagram, on Twitter, or on Facebook. And this just stands for people who promote celebrating Black history throughout the year, not just in the month of February, not just during July 4th. And so we can talk about a number of different black men or women who have contributed to society in America or in the world. We can talk about Elijah Muhammad. We could talk about Charles Richard Drew. We could talk about Malcolm X. We could talk about Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks. We could talk about Dr. Ernest Everett Just, a number of different people. But the person who I want to highlight is Booker T. Washington. And Booker T. Washington has definitely motivated and inspired me to do the work that I do today in the education sector. And just to kind of highlight Booker T. Washington, at 25 in 1881, he discovered, or he built up, Tuskegee Institute. And during this time, this was a black college, or known as a historically black college and university, specifically for black students. And with this school or university, it was a trade school that offered carpentry, it offered shoe making, it offered printing. And so these are some of the things that Booker T. Washington did at Tuskegee Institute. Not only that, he invited the great world-renowned George Washington Carver, also known as the Peanut Scientist, to Tuskegee Institute to help promote and help teach the students and help them to become the better students that they are, and make Tuskegee Institute the university that it is today. And so along with that, Booker T. Washington met with and connected with white people, white men who were philanthropists, white men who were millionaires at the time, to get them to donate to Tuskegee Institute. And this was a time where white men did not give anything to black people. And so just remember, this was during the 1800s, and so Booker T. Washington was able to form friendships and relationships with men like William Taft, John D. Rockefeller, Henry Rogers, and those men donated significant funds to help build up Tuskegee University, which is now a National Historic Site. And with the Tuskegee Institute, or Tuskegee University, being a historic site, it's recognized by the United States government for its historical significance. And so because Booker T. Washington was able to build up the school in the fashion in which he did, he was able to form the friendships in which he did, he was able to attract the best college professors to Tuskegee Institute, he became known as the Wizard of Tuskegee, or the Wizard in the South. And so these are just some of the things that Booker T. Washington has done to contribute to not just black history, but to history in the world. And that brings me to my favorite Booker T. Washington quote: "If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else." Which then now transitions to how we came up with the company Lifting As We Climb. And so we came up with the company name based off the inspiration and the motivation from Booker T. Washington in that quote. And with that being said, Lifting As We Climb is an educational consulting firm that takes on a three-pronged approach that uses administration and school faculty, along with parents, along with school students, to create a community hub of responsibility for everyone involved. We are an educational consulting firm that does professional developments. We do tutoring, we do consulting, and a number of different things that help to build up the capacity for not only students and families, but the capacity of teachers, admin staff, or anyone who is in the educational sector. Here at Lifting As We Climb, we have been delivering a number of professional developments virtually since COVID-19, and the number one seller, or the number one asked about professional development, is our professional development around anti-bias and anti-racist practices. We have been doing anti-bias and anti-racist practices since 2010, and this is something that has been a hot topic since the murder and the killing of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. So we're not new to anti-bias, and we're not new to anti-racism strategies. So we've been providing these professional developments for a number of different educational levels. So we've done it for colleges, we've done it for high schools, we've done it for middle schools, and we've done it for elementary schools. Not only that, we've also done professional developments for companies that are not actually in a school, but a company that is a private company. So people who are related service providers. So if you're a speech pathologist, a physical therapist, or an occupational therapist, we have done professional development for them as well, helping them to understand how they can do better with the treatment of Black and Indigenous students of color. And so we ask all of you all to visit our website, liftandclimb.org, or follow us on social media on Instagram, lifting.climbing, on Twitter, and on Instagram. We can also be found on Facebook as Lifting As We Climb LLC. I would love to connect with anyone from the Shepherd University family, Shepherd University Alumni Association. Again, my name is Nasser Muhammad, class of 2010, and I'm representing Lifting As We Climb as the Chief Visionary Officer and Founder. And so thank you to the Shepherd University Alumni Association for having me do this opportunity and do this presentation. Thank you.